Welcome back. So we're back out at the gun range today. It was sort of a nice day today, so I thought I would do this unboxing and video review out here on one of the shooting benches. But we've got another scope from CVLIFE. They did send this out to the channel for us to take a look at. But this is one of their, I guess they're the best model they sell. Now, if you remember back, I reviewed one of their Bear Power scopes, which, believe it or not, I still have, and it is still serving duty on one of my 308s. Believe it or not, and I will post up a picture of that right now so you can see it, and it has been going strong. So this one here is the BearSwift. So again, kind of iffy on the names. I don't really like their naming scheme, but nonetheless, this is a 5-25 by 56 first focal plane. And let's take a look at the included literature here with it. But here is the specs on this one. So 5-25. This is a 34 millimeter diameter tube. We've got a 56 millimeter objective. Elevation adjustment 55 MOA, windage 40. And we do have a Christmas tree style reticle with quarter MOA adjustments. About 3.5 inches worth of eye relief, 31 ounces. It is illuminated, so we've got 6 levels of red by way of a CR2032 battery. 6061 aircraft, this is a one-piece tube. 10 yards out to infinity on the parallax adjustment. A little less than 14 inches and shockproof up to 1,000 Gs. And here is a picture of that reticle. And as you all know, I'm a big fan of the Christmas tree reticle, so that's pretty cool that they included that. So go over what all it comes with here, and let's take a look at that. So it looks like we've got a scope cap, we got cleaning cloth, kind of typical there. What's this here? Is this rings maybe? Oh, so it does include a set of rings out of the box. Now, these are like ridiculously high. I don't like rings that are that high. That would be good for mounting on an AR platform rifle, but at least they do come with some sort of a mount. Now, they also sent us a set of their nicer rings, which these here are actually really nice from what I've seen. Let me take one of these out of the package. But they have listed the actual diameter and the torque values on the respective caps. So that's a good touch. If you don't want your scope rings damaged, put it on the cap. So super impressed by that. And those are relatively inexpensive as well. So good deal on those. Does come with a sunshade, 56 millimeter sunshade. And here is the, oh, we got some other goodies in here. Oh, looks like we got a throw lever and a couple of batteries and an Allen key. So looks like they gave us everything that we're going to need. But let's get this out of the box and out of this package. Now, initial impressions. It's a hefty scope, guys. It's got some weight to it. It definitely feels more robust than the Bear Power, no question about it. I have not looked through this, so we will be looking through this for the first time together. But let's see. Let's go ahead and put in our throw lever. I do like those. So it just screws into the mag ring right here. So we'll go ahead and put that in. Very nice. Get a feel for that. Magnification ring is very smooth but firm. I like that. Side parallax. Oops. Here on, let's see if I can get it to focus. Here on the side, here is our illumination adjustment for our reticle. And then our turrets. So let's listen in here and see. Not bad. Windage seems to be a little more tight than that of the elevation, but the big kicker is, let's see if this is going to turn before we hear a click. So keep an eye on that 0. Try it again and see how you can make that move before you hear a click. And that's typical of your budget-minded optics. So I mean, that's not a deal breaker. I'll be honest with you, something like this, you're basically just going to set it and forget it. With that Christmas tree style reticle, adjusting the turrets really isn't, I mean, it's not a huge deal like it used to be back in the day, because you can range so much off of that reticle. I mean, that's why these budget-minded scopes have kind of taken off, because even if you're not sure about its tracking, that reticle, first focal plane, will usually get you there pretty repeated. So let's see, what do we got on the back of this? So this does have 0 stop. That's pretty cool. So here's that there, just by way of a standard lock ring. Those are easy to do. That's probably my most favorite style of 0 stop, just because it's easy to do. It doesn't take a whole lot of figuring out. Basically just 0 your scope, loosen this ring before that, 0 your scope, put it back to the lock position, tighten it down, and you're 0. That's literally all you have to do. So that's really nice. But there's some other directions. I do like the direction sheets. They are clearly marked, well put together, good pictures. So that's definitely a plus. But overall impressions, I mean, they look good. They look good. It's a nice looking scope. But let's get this over on the bench. I am going to see if I can get the scope camera to cooperate, and let's get some shots through this. We'll go ahead and see if we can get some of the tracking with this thing in the scope camera, and just kind of see how that does. I would fully expect this to be, I mean, it'll be fairly close, but it's not going to be 100% for that price point, guys. It's just not going to be. That's the cool part about having that really usable reticle, is that you can get all the adjustment really that you need out of that, and 0 this thing out and you're good to go. So, but let me get the camera repositioned. I'm going to get some stuff put down range, and let's see what we can get done on those turrets. Okay, so we got our scope cam mounted up. We've got our test target set down at precisely 100 yards. So we're going to run a quick box test on this and just kind of see how this is going to run out as far as windage and elevation goes. Trying a little bit different, something different here on this one. There's a lot of data that you can gain off of these targets, so hopefully this will be of some value for you guys, and we'll just kind of run through it and see how it does. But first up, we are going to take and run the elevation turret up 5 MOA. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We are going to run our windage turret to the left 10 MOA. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And it is definitely off. So we should be right in the center of that bottom right tracking circle. So let's go to the next one here. So we're going to turn the windage turret back to the right 20, and that's going to take us to the other side. So there is 0, and here is 10 going to the right, and a little bit down below that one too on the lower left tracking circle. Now we're going to take the elevation turret down 9 MOA. So there is 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then you can see it's still just a little bit to the left of that top left tracking circle. Now let's go ahead and run this back 20 MOA to the left. So we're going to run it back through here. That right there is 0. And here is 10. And again, just a little bit to the right of the top right tracking. Now we're going to take everything back to 0, and it should line up with our center point of aim. So there's our windage zeroed, and here is our elevation zeroed. and that's pretty doggone close as far as our point of aim. So as you can see, it is a little bit off, but again, as I mentioned, let me back the magnification out on this a little bit. You guys can see, I'll see if I can focus in the reticle a little bit better here. That Christmas tree reticle most definitely gives you a lot of shootability within the scope itself. So turning or spinning dials just really isn't needed on these, but as I would expect, they're not perfect, but they are usable. So let me reposition the camera and let's get some final thoughts on our CVLIFE 5-26 by 56 BearSwift. Okay, final thoughts on our CVLIFE BearSwift 5x25 by 56. So, okay, first thing I wanted to say about this is, and I did not think it was going to happen, so 100% truthfulness, I actually like this scope. It is way clearer than that Bear Power that they sent to me originally, that like I said, I still have it. It's on my 308. But I'm going to roll in some of the still shots. The still shots represent glass clarity a lot better than the scope cam. The scope cam kind of distorts the clarity of the lenses a little bit. But this first one here is going to be at 10 power at 110 yards. I mean, there is like no blackening at all around the periphery. And I mean, it is super, super clear. The next one is going to be at about 18 power at 210 yards. Again, it is 100% crisp. And we've got a little bit of added light down there today. But even when I was looking through it while the sun was behind some clouds, it was still crystal clear. And then finally, this is where the rubber meets the road on budget optics, is the maximum power. This is 25 power at 210 yards. And guys, it is edge to edge clear. I am a little taken aback by it. I'm not going to lie. It is really clear. The glass, it looks like they've put the money in the glass. The rest of the scope, the erector system, it is what it is. This is a $298 scope on their Amazon store. So, I mean, you are getting a heck of a lot of glass for less than $300. So aside from the windage and elevation adjustments being a tad off, the scope lenses, the lens caps, they don't fit. They fall right off actually. So you can just kind of tap those and they will come right off. So those are pretty much useless, but you're not buying it for the scope caps. I've got some extra ones here at the house I can use. But man, I tell you what, for what you're getting and the clarity, and I'm going to go ahead and roll in the last photo here. You can see back at 110 yards, the center cross is illuminated. I hope it comes through well enough. It is fairly bright even during the day in daylight, so it's more than usable. So even at dusk, I know that it would fit the bill perfectly. But I'm going to put the link to this down in the description if you guys would like to check that out. There should also be a coupon code down there, so you can save you a few bucks. I don't even get no kickbacks. I wanted the code so you guys could save a few bucks provided you all wanted to try one. So keep that in mind as well. But I actually like this. I think I'm going to put this on my 6.5 Creed, and we'll see how it holds up and see how it does over some time. But I tell you, I'm pretty impressed. Not going to lie. Glass clarity is very well done for sub $300. But if you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. It really does help the channel. As always, shoot straight. Later.